Hi everyone, it's Audrey from Audrey Lynn Studios on the west side of Canada near Vancouver. Okay, so this testing and review is a long time coming, and I have taken multiple videos and over a very long period of time. And some I've lost, some I found, some of them were already uploaded. I'm going to use them again. So it's just going to take a lot of work to get it. Well, by the time you see this, all the work's been done. So anyway, it's fine. So at the first part of this video, it will be the download of the vid I already put up. And that will go over where I got the Overglaze decals from and the cost of each of those companies. And then I will go into what my results were. Okay. Boy, I hope that makes sense. Okay, so let's go. All right. Hey everyone. I just want to pop on here and do a short video, mostly for Keith, my subscriber, who asked about where I got the color decals. So it was going to be longer than a short, so I thought I better do like a short video. Anyway, so I ordered from two different companies, and the first company was called MILESTONE Decal Art. And this was the sheet that I'd shown you on the short of all my paintings. And there's about 40 on here. So it cost me a total with shipping and everything, $93.80. So rounded up to $94 divided by 40 decals. And they come out to about $2.35 each. So of course, the bigger the decal, the less you have on the sheet, the more they're going to cost, right? And then I received my other decals from PEARLY KARPEL on Etsy. And it came on a smaller sheet. There's the same amount on there, but it's a smaller sheet and the color is different. So we're going to have to see what it looks like on the pottery, but I'm thinking the one from MILESTONE Art, the color is probably better. This seems a little bit washed out. Now, I have to say that I designed this one first. So the specs were on the website that the sheet was going to be this big. And I had scanned my paintings at 300 DPI and then went into Publisher and made a document for the size that they specified on their website. And then I placed all my decals on there. And that's what I submitted to them in a PDF form. When I went to order from Pearly, I just used the same PDF form, but I didn't even look at what the size of her paper was going to be. It's clearly just an 8.5 by 11. So these are a lot smaller, but there's that color difference that, and so Pearly's is Canadian $54.34. So they're cheaper. They're $1.40 each with 40 on the sheet. But the color is different. So, you know? So I don't know, maybe if I went back to the Pearly vendor and uploaded my artwork differently, because there's two different color. Yeah, I can't remember. I got to go back and look, but you know, maybe I need to submit my artwork differently with Pearly. So anyway, there you have it. I hope that's what you wanted. I'll pop on here again once I start putting the decals on my pottery. Okay, see you later. Okay, so the first test that I did was on this little piece, and it is 370, Plainsman 370 white stoneware. And I put decals from each of the companies on this piece. So let's just go around the piece. So this is Milestone, 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 Pearly, Pearly, and Pearly. All right, so that's that mushroom. That's Milestone mushroom. So this piece I fired to 015 as fast as possible. I just straight 015. I did not use their recommended firing schedules. I wanted to see if it was just going to work with a straight 015, and if it did, great. You know, I didn't have to program anything in. So now I'm going to go into how I applied the decals. That'll be the next part of this video, and what they look like. I mean, programming the kiln and what they look like with their own recommended firing schedules. Okay, good. Okay, so I have my pieces that I glazed white. This is on the 340S. I'm going to try and avoid that shadow. So it's speckled, obviously. And I have two plates. So on one, I'm going to do the decals from Milestone Decal, and the other one from Pearly Karpel. And this time I'm going to fire to their recommended firing schedule. Okay, so this one is going to be Milestone. So I need to give it a little spritz of alcohol to really clean it up. And use my soft flannel cloth and wipe that off. Let it dry a bit. And while that's drying, let's do this one. Okay. So these are my decals from Milestone Decal Company. And I've decided that I'm going to try this big mushroom on this plate. So let's cut that out loosely first. There we go. And then I'm going to cut closer to the edge so that we don't have a lot of selvage paper over here. Now that's not too much of a problem on a flat surface like a plate, but on a curved surface, you don't want a lot of extra material around your decal, because then they'll be buckling and so on. Okay, so let's get rid of these. And then what we're going to do is put our decal, let's put it here, in light warm water, and it'll curl up a little bit first. I'm sorry, I can't avoid this shadow here. And we just leave it for a minute until it releases from the back paper. So while we're doing that, I can cut out the decal from Pearly Karpel off of Etsy. And I'm going to do the same one, so I'll be able to compare. Ooh, don't cut the mushroom. There we go. Now, these ones are smaller because I said, as I said before, that I guess I didn't look at the dimensions of the sheet. I just sent the PDF. So this one came back on an 8.5 by 11 and the other one is a larger sheet. All right, so let's just put this here for a minute. Pull this one out and test it if it's released. And it has. See, this is why it's called water slide decal. And we're going to place it on our plate, hold the top, and slide the paper out. There. Now, take another cloth, the one that is not your alcohol cloth, and start from the center, pushing the water out. Any water that is left under your decal, that will show up as a bare spot after it's fired, because it didn't touch the glaze. And the whole idea with these is that as it's fired, the color is cooked right into the glaze, melted right into the glaze. So if there's a water bubble in there, then it can't adhere to the glaze. So there we go. There. So I'm curious to see, which on my tester that I did with both decals on with a fast fire to 015, I noticed that this red became more red. Redder? More red? With the firing. So I was happy with that because my painting that I did is more red. So, okay, so that one's done. And then we'll put the Pearly Karpel one in. And this one, this is more red. So it'll be interesting to see how they compare with their individual firing schedules. So let's get that in there. Just leave that for a second. And I have some other pieces that I'm going to try. So like these coaster plates. So we'll put some of those in. And I have teeny ones too. So we can try a couple of other decals, smaller decals. Okay, let's test. Yeah, already. All right, there we go. Put that on there. Oops, now you know what? I see here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a little blue blemish. I have no idea what that is from. So that's where I'm going to put my mushroom. Yep. And take my decal cloth from the center and push that water out. There. So you can see the difference in color and in size. Let's see if I can get away from that shadow. This is the same size in ratio on the page than this, as this. And you can see the difference in the red. So This, let's just do a couple more, and then I'll show you the two different firing schedules. Okay, so I have my 2 round coasters. And I made these are hand built. And I made these with, which I can show you another time, with terracotta planter bases. You know, the ones that go underneath to catch the water? That's how I made these. They go fast. Fast, fast, fast. And they're all the same size. Stack, stack, stack. Okay, so I am going to put in this from Milestone, this size of nest. Stick that in there. And while that's going, I'll use this large nest from the Pearly Karpel paper. So of course, you know, you have to spend some money to test. You might waste a few decals, but this is how you're going to know. And especially if you plan to sell them, which I'd really like to do once I've got it all figured out. But I'm not sure about finding a wholesale price. It might not be possible, but we'll see. We'll see. Like I said, each of these decals costs about $2.35. So, you know, if I can't find wholesale, then I'm going to have to just sell them with not much of a profit, because I don't want people to have to pay that much. Okay, so let's take this out. Here we go. And you can lay it down and move it around a little bit for a little while. Push all the water out. The paper, like the decal paper on the Milestone decals sheet, is thicker and more satiny. I don't know how that compares when it's fired, but I guess we're going to see. All right, there we go. And then, oh, I guess I could have thrown that one in the meantime. Then we'll do this one. So, and I would also like to try on these weenie ones, like maybe this one and a speckled one. The small hummingbird. Now it has to be fairly small. Oh, here, these ones would do. Just a minute. How about right here? Okay, I'll stick that one in, get this one out. Yeah, good. So I have lots of ideas for paintings, for decals. By all means, let me know if there's something in particular you think would be really nice as a decal. Okay, so let's look at the difference. There we go. And we'll have to see how that turns out with their different schedules. And so this one is Milestone's decal. And I'm going to put it in this speckled one. Move it around till it looks good. What a cute little dish. It's so cute. Cute. And now I'm going to find let's just do this one. Put that in there. Okay, so again, I'll just show you the difference at this point. Things can totally change with the firing schedules. Next, I'm going to have to try that bird, this robin. Where's the robin on this page? Oh, here. Here we go. Yeah. But I've run out of dishes, so I have to make some more dishes. Okay, come on. It's already off. Oop, look, it came right off. There. Nice. Okay, I thought I'd just take a moment to show you what I mean by the terracotta bases. So for this size here, I have this plant base, plant pot base. I think I just got these at Michael's, our local craft store. It doesn't tell me how big it is. Whatever. I can show one another time. And then there was this one for the smaller size. Oh, here, I didn't do it yet. That's why. That's the smaller size. And this one is for the teeny size. And what's really great about them, like you just roll out your slab and then you cut around them and then, you know, press them in here and smooth them all out. And this is essentially bisqueware. So it becomes leather hard so fast you can just pop it out and get on to the next one. It's super great. I love them. And like I said, this is a nice coaster size. And I like a coaster with a lip. So yeah, and we can, like I can maybe put my signature on the side and put a cork on the bottom or whatever. I think they're going to turn out as nice as stackable coasters. So, okay, as I said, each of these decals have different firing schedules. And what I've done is put all the firing schedules for all of the different decals I have into a little like leaflet. So this one is Milestone's decals. And it says here, standard decal firing is cone 018 to 016. Digital food safe decal firing is cone 19. And I think I got digital food safe. I have to go back and have a look. But so they're a little bit different. Their firing schedules are a little bit different depending on the results. And then, of course, you can use different clays, different, oh, look at this, glow decals. They must have glow decals, just really fun. And then on the next page over, I have, well, 2 pages over, I have Pearly. And I just took this off their Etsy page. So it'll tell me from this temperature to this temperature in 60 minutes if the kiln can do so. If not, then a fast 1445, which is between 15 and 16, which is why I thought, oh, the last time I would just put both decals on one piece, fast fire to 015 and see what happens. So that it showed you that. Hold the temperature 50 minutes to let the kiln cool down. So that's for Pearly. And then I have some sandbow overglazes, colored overglazes that are not mine. And they just go to 018, 017. And I also have Elan transfer or overglaze decals that are not mine. And this is their firing schedule. So this is all in a nice little resource for me. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do. These are Milestone decals, and I'm going to fire it with their recommended firing schedule first. And we'll see what happens. Okay, so I have my SCUT 1018 manual showing me how to program the ramp hold mode. And I have my Milestone decal firing schedule that I'm going to use. Okay, so step one, let's just stop this. Step one is to press ramp hold. That's right here. Okay, and this will be program number 1. I already have a program number 1 in here, but I'm overriding it because I never use it. So program number 1, and then enter. Step number 2. Oh, no. Press enter. Okay, then it'll display segments. There it is, segments. And we have 1, 2, 3 segments. So 3 segments and enter. Okay? And it'll show ramp 1, which it does. It shows 200 because that was my from the program before. But we'll put in a new temperature. Okay, so input the first heating rate in degrees per hour. Okay, and they say the rate is 80 Fahrenheit per hour. So 80. Enter. And display will show F1. So far, so good. Input the first temperature to reach and press enter. The first temperature to reach is 250 Fahrenheit. Oh, it's already in there. If it wasn't there, it'd be 250, enter. But it's there, and I can just hit enter. And is there a hold? Yes, there's a 20-minute hold. 20-minute hold, enter. So now we're on ramp 2. And that would be the second line here. Okay, so we just repeat that process. So the first temperature per hour is going to be 250. So 250 degrees per hour, enter. And we're going to go to 700 degrees Fahrenheit. Enter. And we're going to hold that one for 15 minutes. Enter. And now we're on 3. And that's the last one. So 1000 Fahrenheit per hour. 1000. Enter. To the temperature 1470. 1470. Enter. And the hold is going to be 15 minutes. 15 minutes, enter. And then it'll say alarm. Let me go. Ooh, my legs are getting sore. Just a minute here. Okay. Display will show alarm if this is the last segment you're entering. Otherwise, it will show ramp 2. But it says alarm, so we're done. And the display will flash alarm The default setting for no alarm is 9999, which it's doing that too. Enter the desired alarm setting, which I don't need to, and just put enter. Okay, and then it'll show complete, which it did, show complete. And then you can push start. And it says on. Oh, and there we go. Eureka. So let's hope we did that all right. And we'll come back later and check out those pieces. Okay, here we are. So this side is Milestone Decal Art. This side is Pearly. So, and yeah, well, let me just go. Okay, so this one is done on a speckle clay. This is done on white stoneware. This one is Milestone. This one is Pearly. Let's see if I can get it a little bit closer. Okay, Milestone, Pearly. All right, and let's see if there's one. Okay, here's a good comparison too. Milestone, Pearly. Oops, okay. Milestone, Pearly. Okay, so you're getting the idea, right? So here, these little pendants are Milestone. These little pendants are Pearly. Okay, and then like for instance here, this one is Pearly, this one's Milestone. So what I'm seeing here is that Milestone's color is more vivid, and it seems to work better. So just a sec. Okay, so clearly Milestone results are better. Now, like I said before, I sent the same PDF to Pearly. Now, I don't know if she uses a different dye lot. All I know is that I sent the exact same PDF, came back a little bit smaller, and the colors came out different, even on the sheet, right? You saw that. So it seems the better results are with Milestone Decal Art. If I look at my painting, I would still like to see more vivid colors on my decals. Okay, this is my original painting. Here's another one. My original. So, I mean, I haven't contacted the company or anything. I thought, in all fairness, just let me do all the testing. And but now maybe I'll say, okay, so this is what I got, and I can send them photos, which is awesome, right? This is what I got, and how can I get these colors more vivid? So here's a couple other pieces that I have since put. So I put the hummingbird on this flower wall vase, and I put the nest on this either very large pendant or ornament. And this one is speckle clay. And then what I really like is that I put it on the mug. There. So right now they're pretty simple. I mean, now that I know the results I'm going to get, I can start to paint themed, and even like, for instance, paint like a tree and a house and a, and then create a scene. Like, there's all sorts of things you can do. you know, so I can start working on that now that I know what I'm dealing with here. So, okay. I think I'm going to just pause here and make sure I've got all the information for you. Okay. Okay. I think I got everything. So first, I apologize. I tried to make the video go as smooth as possible. Of course, I'm wearing 3 different outfits, and part of it's in the cold season. Now I'm finishing it up in the warm weather. But anyway, I will contact Milestone, and actually Pearly too, you know, because she might be able to help me. I can send photos through there as well, and just you know, keep working on this project. I would like to sell my own designs as overglaze decals. Right now, they would be pretty expensive retail though, because they're pretty expensive wholesale. And I could look at the different overglaze companies like Inland Transfer, and how many decals are on their sheet and how much to pay for that sheet, and you know, so how much is each decal per, and you know, figure it out a good fair price from there. It'd be great to be able to do them wholesale somehow, but I have no idea who to contact about that. I mean, I could ask Milestone, but if say no, I don't know anybody else. So if you have any info, just pass it on my way. And yeah, leave your comments and your questions, and you know, let me know if I've overlooked anything. There's a lot of little details in this, and it's been a lot of putting together different vids, so I could have missed something. Anyway, if you found it useful, like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so that you can receive other uploads from me. Subscribing is free. It's not like a magazine subscription where you pay. It's free. And yeah, I just really appreciate you being here on the journey with me. So I guess we will talk soon. Peace out.